Thank you. Hopefully we'll see you next on the 29th.
Yes. All right, as we wrap this up, guys, take a seat real quickly. We got to wrap up here in about 15 minutes. Did you guys appreciate that? Amazing. What a day, what a day. All right, so how many of you wrote something down, something that you've learned about network marketing, yourself, the industry, you've grown? Okay, so hold your hands up if you did that. Okay, keep your hands up. Okay, don't put your hand down. Keep your hand down. The question? Yep. How many of you wrote something down when I asked you to about something you've learned about network marketing, where you've grown personally? Okay, leave your hands up. Okay, so hold your hands up. Don't put them down. Okay, so let's see. Josh. Okay, come on up here. Danny, come up here. Jennifer, come up here. Kelly, come up here. Rochelle, come up here. Okay, that's it. Okay, give these people a hand. Okay, so remember when I said earlier that you would help teach Super Saturdays? So now's your chance. And you're on camera with a whole bunch of people tuning in. And so I want you to see how powerful you are. Okay, you know way more than you think you do. So even if you're kind of freaking out a little bit right now, you're all going to teach us something. So Josh, we're going to start with you, okay? So in 60 seconds, you don't have to get long-winded. I just want you to come from the heart. Forget about scripts. Forget about, thinking that you have to know more. You have to attend one more seminar. Tell us what the thing is. Just describe it in a sentence. What have you learned just topically? Tell us the topic first.
The law of process.
The law of process. Okay.
So basically what I learned.
Hold on.
Okay.
So in 60 seconds, you're going to teach us something valuable about the law of process in 60 seconds. Okay, so go ahead.
Okay, so the number one thing that I learned about the law of process was enjoying the process. Not seeing it as something being like negative, but seeing it as you have to go through it and you have to love every single second of it in order for you to grow as an individual.
Wow. How many of you found that exciting? All right, perfect. Wasn't that powerful?
Yeah.
I got a lot out of that. Yep. Okay, Jen, same thing. Topic, and then in 60 seconds, describe to us and share with all of us, teach us what you learned about that topic.
My topic was personal growth. And honestly, I always put everybody else first because it's how I was raised and so good at doing that. Well, I burnt myself out. And that wasn't good for myself, my marriage, my kids. So the longevity taught me that personal growth is huge. And that is the number one thing I've learned besides nutrition is you have to grow yourself to help others. If you can't grow yourself, you're not going to be good to help others grow.
Wow, that's big stuff.
That's awesome. I have to be there, but I don't like to listen to
Okay, go ahead, Rochelle.
So what I learned is that
No, yeah, close the door. Yeah, you're
So-
coming from the heart.
okay. So what I learned is about putting yourself in a better community of people. I think that Joel said that, and I have done that over the last 4 years. Just with amazing, awesome people and people who are teaching me to learn to be better me and teaching me how to teach other people how to be better. So I think that's just an amazing benefit. Just the whole longevity experience, not just the health benefits, but all of that.
That's powerful. That's really good, Rochelle. Thank you so much.
Okay, so my topic is I'm not alone when I face my fears. And Nikki shared a lot of that, but the piece that is really important to me is, yes, I may have completed a cycle, but behind that, you kind of sense that she was saying, I still had the fear. It's not like I arrived at, now my fear is gone. And I think what it taught me was, I'm gonna do that cycle again. And I'm going to face that fear again, but every time someone's going to come alongside me, and we have a group of people that are so genuine about helping you get out of that rut. They dig that hole with you, put the dirt back in the rut and say, keep moving forward. And I'm not alone. I'm going to face it again. And one day that fear is going to be so quiet. There's going to be so many people around me. I'm going to say, you know what? I don't hear that little whisper anymore. Yes. And we're all going to be in that together. So I'm excited about
So I think my thing was intentionality, and it kind of came out with Jen's thing about like self-development. But I realized early on in network marketing, and especially in longevity, that you could live your life by design and not default. And if there was something that you felt like you couldn't do, or that you didn't know how to do, or that wasn't possible for you, it's as simple as asking and being willing to say yes and learning and just kind of doing stuff on purpose. And so that's what my main focus has been.
All right, to wrap this up with a bow, I want you to think. Okay, ready? Just tune everything out. Just stay right here. I know for a fact that every single person sitting here right now is a 5-star. A 5-star executive. I know that for a fact. Okay, so you got the image in your head? I want you to picture your definition of what it would look like or feel like to be fulfilled as a 5-star executive. So when you think about that, some of you right now are seeing like this massive mountain, like, oh my word, how could I ever pull that off? And some of you are like, okay, it is what it is. Maybe you're 1 week into the business. Everyone starts out as a sales associate. And there's like all these ranks that lead up to 5-star executives. So the way you get there is one step at a time, correct?
Yes.
You know, you don't all of a sudden just jump as high as you can and all of a sudden you're on top of Long's Peak. It's a journey. You have to put one foot in front of the other and you have to move. The reason why people never realize their experience as a 5-star executive is because they stop climbing. And some people stop climbing the mountain at sales associate. They like filled out an application, they signed up, they put themselves in the system, they listened to Ben Fuchs, they got all excited about, oh my word, I can be healthy, I'm gonna save the world, I'm gonna go out there and tell everyone how powerful these products are. Here's what I've come to grips with for myself. I've just decided that there are things that I'm limited in. There are things that I don't have to be an expert at because somebody else can do that for me. For example, Ben Fuchs. Some people sit here, right now you're already thinking, you're already in your head going, wow, if I could talk like him, if I could retain all that, and there's different personalities. Some of you sat there like, here's my personality. I never took one single note. I never took a note. I've done this before. I've taken notes on Ben Fuchs many times. However, today, I just sat there. I tuned out the Colorado Rockies and the fact that they're in first place right now. I tuned out the fact that the Broncos are in first place. I tuned out the fact that I've got to jet out of here, get on a plane, and fly to Los Angeles. I forgot about all these other things. What's all that background noise?
There's people that got unmuted somewhere.
Okay, so I tuned all that out, and I stayed in this moment, and I just listened to Ben Fuchs. And when you do that, and you start thinking about all those breathing exercises, you clear your brain, you get in that place where you're able to pull stuff in and just retain it. I retained a lot of what he had to say. You know what? I don't ever have to go out there and regurgitate that speech that he just made in order to get results. Without knowing any of that stuff, Juliet and I have found ourselves at the tippy top of the longevity mountain, and we don't know any of that stuff. So the point is, if we didn't have to know it, then you don't have to know it. So please, 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 don't make yourself believe that you've got to be some supernatural, gifted, retention, pharmacist-like medical background person to have all that knowledge just to get people to follow you. People will follow you because you know where you're going.
That's right.
That's it.
That's right.
And how does anyone ever know that you know where you're going? They know that you know where you're going because you're moving. You're going nowhere, and no one could ever follow you if you're not moving. So do you understand that if you want to have a following, you have to be going someplace? It means you have to be moving. So I want to talk a little bit about what it looks like to be moving. See this drawing right here? This drawing, can I have my marker back, please? Actually, can you move out of my way, please?
Will you make me a sandwich?
Bonus.
Okay, so this is you. And if all of you believe that you're already a 5-star executive, it is a true fact that you are. It's only everybody else that puts these labels on you. You have to know that you're a 5-star executive. So here's what you're all going to have to go through first. This is a seed for what I call this seed. What kind of seed is this?
Bamboo.
Bamboo. Thank you for listening. So here's what happens with bamboo. First of all, you know, the rain falls down on the ground, the seed gets watered, and eventually a root starts to form. And then it starts to get a little bit deeper, and the roots go all over the place like this. And Steve, how am I doing with my art?
Yes.
So you get these roots. And nothing is happening in the cool factor space. The cool factor space is that something's happening here that everybody can see and notice. This is how people get labeled. It's what people can see with their eyeballs. But you have to know inside of yourself that you're going to have to do, one of you said it standing up here, you're going to have to go through some personal growth. So some of these roots that have to get into place is going to be the root of developing thick skin. You see why that would be an important root?
Yes.
Yeah, people are going to question you. They're going to make you reconsider and evaluate why you made the decision you did to be a network marketer. Why longevity? Why not Avon, Arbonne, Melaleuca, Manatech, Herbalife? You get the point?
Yeah.
Why not one of those? Why longevity? You have to know what you stand for, why you stand for, and why you're here. For me, it's really simple. Everyone on this planet has copied Dr. Wallach. I'd just rather have the original, wouldn't you? Yeah, we don't need a remake, someone else that's regurgitating like same song, second verse, third stanza, and all that kind of stuff. It's just Dr. Wallach is the man. Everything that Ben Fuchs stood up here and said came from Dr. Wallach. You get that?
Yeah.
This is what, I know the picture down here, you don't see it, but this stuff right here. When he says Mighty 90, you know that's the 90 essential nutrients. It's these products, the osteo, the essential fatty acids, the Beyond Tangy Tangerine. You take this stuff every day of your life because of what Ben Fuchs just talked about. You're going to starve to death all the unhealthy cells in your body, and you're going to feed them the nutrition that you need to replace everything that's coming against you. Do you get that?
Yes.
Okay, that's a root. You have to get thick skin about this. So when people tease you or question you or make you reevaluate and consider, that's got to be put into place. I think there's another root called the root of self-confidence.
Yes.
What do you think about that?
Yes.
Yeah, you got to have the root of self-confidence. It means that you finally come to grips with yourself, and I don't know how long it's going to take for you to get that root into place. Sometimes people already have it. The root's been developed for a very, very long period of time, and others of you need to give yourself permission for the first time, even if you're 47 like me, to get that root to go into place for the first time ever. Did you get that?
Yes.
Okay, and maybe there's another root over here called the root of belief. You have to believe in network marketing. Because if you're walking around and you don't believe in network marketing, then that's a problem. And if you're wondering, how do I believe in network marketing? Well, here's a couple of thoughts. Network marketing is not the only thing on the planet. It's just a better thing on the planet than any other thing. Yeah?
Yes.
How many broke people do you know in real estate? 90-something% of all licensed realtors never list a house. Did you know that? No, it's a true story. So, medical physicians, you know how many broke doctors there are out there? There's a lot of them, but we put labels on different things, and the thing that nobody's figured out how to do is be successful in business and own your time at the same time. And that's what we figured out how to do in network marketing. Is you can be successful and own your time and own your life. One of my passions in life is to play golf. It takes a lot of time to play golf, and it takes a lot of money to play golf. I finally have time and money. I can play golf today. I didn't used to be able to play golf. Now we can. And so you have to come up with this thing that says, I believe in the vehicle of network marketing. You have to come to grips. Here's another route, that you fall in love with our products. That's a route that's going to take some time to develop. How do you develop the route? The route, use the products. You have to develop the route of trust. Trust in what? Trust in this, the system, the people, each other, the systems, the processes, the compensation plan, the leaders that formulated and founded and stood on top of the longevity hill first. You have to trust those people. If you don't trust those people, who are you going to trust? Right? Yeah. So we could go on with this. I just want to give you an example of roots that have to be formed. And they're going to have to take hold. But here's the thing about bamboo, because you're representing bamboo. When these roots take enough hold, then and only then will you see a little breakthrough right here. And at first, it's not even that impressive. It just looks like a couple little things coming up like that. But bamboo is very specific. It's like one pole. It's a very large family. What you see is a stalk, a bamboo stalk come out of the ground. And if you appreciate bamboo, what happens is it starts to go up like this, and they put this under a microscope. It's one of the fastest growing things on the planet. It will grow about 2 inches a day. A day. Think about that. So once it comes up, what most people don't know is they don't have any appreciation for what happened here first. Because when this starts to happen, this is very strong, it's very powerful, it will not be broken, it will not be stopped because this is so strong. You need roots. You've got to get grounded. You have to grow personally. That's why it's so exciting to see Callie up here standing with so much self-confidence and interrupting and being emotional and sharing and talking because she's worked on herself and developed these roots of trust and thick skin and belief and confidence and all those things. And now you see her doing in the last week what we're talking about. She's grown 2 inches every single day. And you can literally stand here and watch her results growing at this incredible magnitude. Every single one of you can experience this if you'll trust this process. So don't worry, as we said earlier, about looking cool immediately.
That's right.
Some people do that. You're like, wow, how is it that I've been here for XYZ and someone else walked in here and it seemed like overnight they were this success? And here's the thing you got to know. Maybe these roots have been developing for some time for them before they came to Young Jazz.
Yeah.
Before they got here, this may very well have already been in place, and they were just looking for the soil to get that harvest to continue to grow. And it took the longevity crop for them to be planted in that gave them the ability to grow the way they are growing right now. Do you like that metaphor?
Yes.
Does this make sense?
Yeah.
Okay, I want you to envision this. So what are you already? Five-star executive. And why is five-star executive so important?
Because it takes care of all the other problems.
Say that later, louder.
Because it takes care of all of everyone else's problems and needs in their life.
It does. So what's great about being a five-star executive right there, and your stock growing to that level, what's great about that is real simple. It's because every goal and every dream, everything that will cost you money in order to have or do or give away or build or be philanthropic around, whatever it is that makes your heart beat faster, it's solved at five-star executive. You own your time. You can afford, wouldn't you love to just be able to have like an open checkbook and just go, I'll just take all of it at longevity. Like you just out with the old and in with the new. Every product in your household, wouldn't it just feel so good? Every cabinet, every cupboard, every under the thing, under the sink deal, every up here thing, everything in your household is just completed with longevity products. Wouldn't that feel so good?
Yeah.
And you all want to be able to do that because everything we do is of the quality and the standard that Ben Fuchs was talking about. Every product we have. Skincare, hair care, I mean, look at this. They work. They work so well. It's amazing. So that's the good news about this, and that's the good news I had to share with you today. The belief I want you to have walking out of here that you're already a what?
Five-star
Already a five-star executive. You proved to yourselves that you can do Super Saturday. All of you that got up here to speak, Jen, Callie, Danny, Josh, and Rochelle. Thank you for coming up here to share. You could have launched into 5 or 10 minutes on that topic. I have no doubt. If you'll close your books, come from the heart, and know that you have a powerful message to share, people will listen to what you have to say. You can teach super Saturdays. You don't need to have some big title in order to share your heart and your personal experiences. It's already good enough and it's already attractive enough. Do you believe that?
Yes.
Okay, so home meetings are very powerful. Home meetings are very powerful. We do a home meeting. Many of you are doing home meetings. You've got to get to the place to where you believe that you're able to be a presenter, that you can share the story of longevity. So you've got that video to use. You've got third-party experts and higher authorities to be able to pull from. You've got the new app. You've got the resource center. You've got the PowerPoint presentation that you can pull from. You've got all the tools. It's up to you to use your God-gifted faculties and facilities to pick up the tools and start to move. You've got to start digging. You've got to start hoeing. You've got to start cultivating this so that you have a crop that can come up. Everybody can do that, right?
Yeah.
So no more fear. Don't be fearful. It's amazing. If I said, hey, I want you to throw a 25th marriage party. You've been married for 25 years. What would that celebration look like if you were celebrating 25 years of bliss with your significant other? What would that look like? If you were celebrating you've been alive 50 years and you throw a birthday party. You're going to have your first kid. You're going to throw a party for your first child. You're going to have a wedding shower. You're going to throw a party. Wouldn't you invite people over?
Yes.
People come because they feel like they're a part of something exciting. And you've got to make people feel like they want to come to this because it's part of something exciting. Don't be boring. Don't be sticks in the mud. Don't be so stiff and formal like everything you're doing where people are like, why are you acting so weird? What is up with you? What's wrong with you? Just be normal. Have fun like you would be inviting somebody over to the Broncos Super Bowl party. There's no other professional football Super Bowl parties, by the way. So it's a Broncos party. So if you were going to throw a Broncos party, what would that look like? You wouldn't be weird about that. You'd be like, man, we're going to have some brats. We're going to get the grill going. We're going to have dip and all the healthy dip, of course. And we're going to, we're going to play games. We're going to have cornhole. And people would say, wow, that sounds great. I'll be over. So whatever you do, make sure that you've got something magnetic about the appeal when you're talking to people about longevity as well. They'll come if you speak the right language. Got it?
Yeah.
Okay, so I think that we had some announcements. You were writing some stuff up
No,
here.
I just wrote that down for next month, and Mary Ann's gonna do the raffle, so we can.
Okay, so we're gonna have a raffle. This is the next Super Saturday, as you can read. Thank you. And also next September 25th.
Yeah.
September 25th at the Budweiser Event Center.
Yep, I handed out some stuff. I
Go ahead.
talked about it when we were waiting for you guys to come.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah,
So you
so-
already put that out.
Yep, so I already put that out there. You guys got flyers. If anybody needs any more, I posted on Masters of Enrollment right on the front page.
Hey, listen up, everybody. Announcements are going on.
Yeah, you guys can download the PDFs off of there and everything. So we talked about that.
Great.
Yeah, so it's gonna be huge. I mean, you guys invite people, get people there. We got a great venue that Scott and Juliet got for us, so it's just gonna be awesome, and you're gonna learn more about this product, and you know how important it is. So bring as many guests as you can. Do we have to RSVP?
You got Ben's event on the 29th too.
Yeah, Ben's event. Ben's talking about acne, and he's got a great little facility down in Denver. Matter of fact, yeah, you guys were down there last time you talked, so that'll be a great event. I'll start posting more stuff about that. Go to the Masters of Enrollment Facebook page, and there'll be stuff on there. Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. You have a question?
Oh, they didn't answer yet.
There's some people that.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, let's make
Scott, do you
sure.
want to just give an idea for people how much the CBD market is expected to grow in the next couple of years?
Yeah, so we've been talking a lot about this. Just so you know, Juliet and I have been taking CBD for a long time. It's that powerful. And when we realized it was coming to longevity, we were so ecstatic. We've been using the longevity CBD products now from the moment that they were made available, which was at convention, and we're not stopping. It's one of those products that is in our repertoire of products that we're using every day. I've talked to Steve Wallach about this. I've talked to Dr. Wallach about this. Obviously, Ben Fuchs. I've talked to experts on this topic, and what they're all saying is this is it's not the next, it's here now. The tidal wave, it's like a tidal wave and a tsunami that is just going boom, and it is upon us. And this topic of CBD, hemp oil, the properties that Ben was talking about, it is real, it's everywhere, and it's here to stay for as long as we can imagine it staying. So get behind that, embrace it, get excited about it, and talk about it, and make sure everyone that you come in contact with knows how powerful our Hemp FX product line is. So it is that powerful, and here's what I appreciate about what Steve Wallach said at convention. He said this, I'm giving the closest quote that I possibly can. He said, you know, I've seen a lot of things over the decades that I've been working with my father. He said, in my opinion, this is one of the most powerful things that I've ever seen in my lifetime when it comes to results and the benefits of something going into the body that really parallels and complements everything that my father has been talking about for 4 or 5 decades now. It's one of those types of products, and we believe that it's going to be responsible for a lot of our future sales, you know, moving longevity forward, that it's something people will take and just not stop taking it. So it's that big of a deal. I know Dr. K, who brought this up, obviously asked the question on purpose because he's excited about, you know, being a healthcare provider and a medical physician and all those things, where this niche is going as well. And I'm so proud of him because he's one of the good guys that carries that doctor badge everywhere he goes, but he has a practice that's very, very special. And he helps people from the natural side using his medical background to complement that. And so thank you, Dr. K, for what you're doing, but that should answer that question. So I just want to talk real quickly one more time about the 25th. Even though it was already mentioned, some people walked in a little bit after we got started, might have missed this. On the 25th of September, right up here at the Budweiser Event Center in Northern Colorado, we reserved a very VIP-like exclusive spot inside of the Budweiser Event Center. So yes, this is the arena where all the big concerts and performances and the minor league hockey team, the Colorado Eagles, play. It's got thousands and thousands of seats. They have this really amazing multi-purpose room for VIPs that they use for entertaining their guests that overlooks the entire arena. It's absolutely gorgeous, and it's got all glass walls that look outside the building to the west with beautiful mountain views. And so we reserved that spot for the September 25th event. There is for sure limited access, even though it's free. So this is not about you purchasing a ticket to attend. I'm just telling you, if you're not there on time, you very well may not get a seat. So this meeting is all about the benefits, the attributes, the knowledge, the education, the preparation for you in even more and additional detail to everything that was talked about today from Ben Fuchs. So we have corporate flying in to represent this evening and this time. It will start at 7 o'clock sharp. We've got to fit it in because we have a window of when we need to be in and out of this building. So we've got to squeeze a lot in. They're bringing, I guess it was moved out here. They're bringing sets of all 3 products. They're shipping it in from corporate in San Diego just for this event. And it's because right now for the next couple of weeks or so, you've got to pay cash or check. Wow, that's a lot of raffle tickets on the floor. You've got to pay cash or check in order to even get these products right now. So they're bringing them all here so that should you choose, you'll be able to walk out of the Budweiser Event Center that evening with 1, 2, or all 3 of the products that make up that set. You'll be able to walk out with them in hand. So they're shipping all those here. Okay, sets only. So it's sets only. You will get all 3 products in the set.
You are showing the plan because that's important at the beginning.
Okay, we'll probably play that video. We'll see. So we're going to go through a little overview so people understand the history and the story behind longevity. And then we're going to spend the bulk of that time talking about our new Hemp FX line. So everybody clear on the 25th? Yes. When do you need to be there?
6:30.
6:30. It starts at 7, so you got to be there early. Plus, you're going to want to hobnob with people anyways. There's people coming from all over creation just for that evening because they can get the Hemp FX and walk out because there's a limited supply right now. So that's on the 25th. I know it sounds like we're beating the drum here, but we kind of are. Well, if you've got plans on that night, change them. Shift your schedule around. Don't be making excuses about why you shouldn't be there. You should be there. You're on the front side of this and early on. Yes.
Great question. When will the CBD be available for us? How can
Okay, so the answer to that question is very soon. I mean, I wish I could give you like an exact date, but I do know that it's very soon. My very best guess is before the month of September is out, you will have access to be able to order the Hemp FX line. And the reason why we don't have it now, just so we're clear, is because Longevity is being very cautious and very safe dealing with this industry. We have to set up a parallel merchant process system. Okay, so instead of running all those sales through our normal merchant line, we're setting up a separate merchant line to run all the Hemp FX product sales through, and that's just taking some time. Product is fine, it's all in-house, it's in the inventory center, but they're not allowed to sell it to you yet until that process is separately put together on the merchant side. That's why we're shipping it into special meetings, and you can only pay cash or check at those places. Yes.
Will the 25th, September 25th, be video for people out of state?
Likely. We do have Wi-Fi there, and I think as long as we're willing to put some cameras in there, then we should have no reason why we couldn't be able to do that. Okay.
We're still gonna get BV and PV on.
Yep. So the question is, will we get credit with BV and QV for that? Yes, you will. They'll take your order. You will get BV and QV for the product sales that occur on the 25th of September. Yeah, just don't show up without your ID number. Know what that is. Any other questions?
It's about $204 for a set.
Okay, it's about $200 for a set.
With tax.
With tax. Okay, go ahead.
And they're always only going to sell it by the 3, or can we?
No, it's just for right now.
Just for now.
Just for now. Just for now. It's in the sets because there's limited supply. They're having to ship them in, and they don't want to break the products all apart.
Well,
Yes. In the back.
Do you have to only limited to one purchase per person, or can, like, if we're out of town,
We need to find out what they
and
did.
you get somebody money?
They're going to make sure that everyone that wants one that's present will at least get one. That's step one. If it happens that there are more sets on hand than there are people available that all want one, then they'll say, okay, who wants a second one? So they're not going to let one person walk up to the counter and take 20 sets. So that way, everyone that's there will have the chance to walk out with at least one set. Yep, there was another question over here. Somewhere? Anybody else?
This person online wants to know if it'll be available in Canada, Mexico, Australia. Okay. How much is the QV and how much is the BV?
For right now, it's not going to be available in any places besides the United States. So sorry, Canada and everybody else that's asking that question for now. I'm only saying for now. So step one is we're going to make sure that this product is moving very effectively and efficiently through the United States before we consider going into other markets with this topic. And besides, think about the topic. It's because it's hemp, and it's because there are other countries that don't think about hemp the way that we think about hemp, and that's a whole other ballgame that's going to take some time to develop. Does it make sense, everybody here too?
Yes.
Okay.
The QV and the BV.
Off the top of my head, I don't know what the QV and BV is off this set of 3 products. Do you? Okay, so we got that coming right now. Any other questions we could answer before we do our raffle and let everybody go? Any other questions on any topic from today? Everybody happy?
Yeah.
Everybody satisfied? Were you fed today?
Yeah.
Okay, so who's doing the raffle?
Oh, I am 190.
Okay.
The QB is 190 and the BV is 125.
Okay, BV 125, QV is 190. That's for the set of 3.
Cool.
Okay, and so now we're going to turn this over to Marianne to wrap up here with a raffle.
Are you guys ready?
What's wrong?
Just so you know, I threw them all on the floor. So I mixed them up. Right? So you can't, say that right? It's, okay, Misty. We got a bunch of stuff up here, so when your number's called, just come up quick.
397444.
And pick out something. Oh, look at Carol. I gotta make sure I have my TV. All right.
397458.
Yeah. All right. Are we keeping those guys on? All right.
Oops, I got ends in 476.
What?
476. Last 3 numbers. All right,
Alex.
Alex.
All right. Who's next?
Alex, do you win? Yeah. All right, let's give them the
What's the number? Okay, 397488.
Can we give
Yep. What do you want?
Alex, there's Dead Sea salt.
Whatever, Alex.
There's Immortalio.
There's a protein. That's a pea protein.
Protein, coffee.
Daily, whatever we, yeah, we can find them.
There's a bunch of guts. Dead Sea salt.
Did the
All right.
person with 488 come up?
Right here.
Oh.
488. All right, you can have whatever Alex says we pick and whatever we got here. All right, cool.
Okay, and then 465.
465.
465.
Oh,
Right.
Claire. All right.
And then 446.
446. Oh, it's getting.
And then 481.
481. Oh wait, I gotta look. Maybe that's not yours. Is yours Oh no, mine's 481. Who had 481?
481.
Have to be present to win.
Going.
481.
Gone. All right.
473.
473. Woohoo! Oh my gosh, we got a ton of stuff. All right, we got more to go.
Okay. 480.
480. Sam! Woohoo!
493.
493.
493. Who's that? Oh, yay!
Scooter Man.
Geez, we're gonna have to have like one prize for everybody.
451.
451.
You don't know. Oh, let's go.
All right.
484.
484.
Woo!
All right, we're getting bogged down at the table here. If there's something you really, really want, you can't make a decision on it. Let me know. Yeah, that's one. You know, that's a good thing.
That's a good one.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
Okay, 489.
489.
489. Yay. 455.
Oh, so close. Ken! All right, okay, wait, let's wait till everybody gets theirs. See how many we got left.
But I know people who will try it.
There you go. I was thinking, because we have these sea salts, and I was thinking about Ben's bathing. I was like, oh, I want the sea salt.
So we got about 6 left.
All right.
450.
That's me.
All right, Dr. J. Oh. Yay! You won!
468. 468. Who do we appreciate?
468. Anybody got 468?
468.
468 was my friend.
Oh.
452. Look at you.
Is that the inside list or that stuff is awesome?
456. I told
Oh,
you.
there you go. Okay.
449.
Oh, I wanted
Okay, 474. 474.
Anybody?
474. 1, 2, 3, gone.
All right. So we have like 2 more.
469.
469.
469.
want to give some to your?
Alright, Devin.
Oh yeah. We'll take it. All right. Two more. Two.
4, 8,
Yeah, you
5.
can trade if you want.
Oh, that's for Marco.
Marco!